It is the first reptile room tour of 2021, so stick around because I'm going to share some cool things with you guys. My name is Nick Pulaski. Growing up, I have always had a passion for wildlife, and with that passion, along with my passion of filmmaking, I get taken on some amazing adventures creating wildlife content, getting up close with a variety of incredible animals. So come follow along as I pursue my goals of educating, inspiring, exploring, and conserving wildlife, all while having fun, seeing the beauty in our natural world. Happy New Year, and thank you guys for tuning in to this first reptile room tour of the year. So I hope you guys had a safe and fun start of your new year. I hope it's been going well for you guys. I know for me it's been going really well. We have kicked this year off and kind of sent 2020 in the past and looking forward to a brighter, better future here. And a lot of cool things have been going on. I mean, some things honestly have been kind of the same here. Not much truly has changed, but some really cool things that I've been working on and I'm excited about. I premiered the first episode of the Put to Scale podcast, so check out that link if you haven't seen that already. It was a really fun time on that, and we have some other cool interviews down the pipe, so make sure you stick around for those podcasts to come. It's just a really fun, exciting new endeavor for me, and I'm so excited to take you guys along that and see what you guys think of it too. I know normally I'm listening to podcasts when I'm walking around this room and I'm doing snake cleanings and reptile keeping and what have you. That's normally how I spend my time, so I was figuring how can I give back and kind of contribute to all the hours I've done in listening to podcasts, and I was like, this would be something fun and cool to try, so that's what I did. But regardless, this isn't about just promoting the Put to Scale podcast. This is about the reptile room. So with this first month, I've been kind of prioritizing and seeing what I want to start and begin for this room. And the answers are going to be pretty simple. I'm going to do a whole other video in regards to my paludarium and my 29-gallon vivarium. I want to kind of go in depth a little bit more on what I'm about to say, but I'm going to start working on my 90-gallon tank. And I'm going to kind of go into the details of that project in the later video, so stay tuned for that. That's probably going to come out this coming month. I'm probably going to start working on those things. And the other thing I've been prioritizing on is my ball python breeding. So now we're getting into the second phase of my ball python breeding, where I'm starting to introduce males with other females that I've been growing up and raising up, and now they're finally up to weight. So we're kind of getting into that phase 2, and then I'll probably have another phase 3. I'm just taking my time with it. I'm having fun with it because I don't want all these eggs all at once. That's another thing too, is I don't want production all at once, because taking on that is going to be something that if I'm just getting back into ball python breeding, I don't want to have a whole bunch of clutches of eggs all at once. Though it is exciting, we're still going to have a whole bunch of clutches. I don't want to have them all at once, but it's going to be really exciting. So in a second here, I'm going to take you guys off the tripod. Today that I'm filming is Wednesday. I normally start pairing my males with my females on Tuesdays. So they've been in for over 24 hours now, and I know we have a couple locks here, so I'm going to show you guys those. And that's been the second thing that I've been prioritizing, is the ball pythons and their breeding. So let me actually get Willow out. I haven't had her out in a while, and I'm seeing her in the background here. She's kind of like, hey, let me out. I see the camera. Come here, sweetheart. I know. Willow is getting big. If you ever want an animal that's basically guaranteed to eat, definitely get a Woma python, because these guys are bottomless pits, let me tell you. She is just a sweetheart. I love her temperament, I love her demeanor, but oh my gosh, her appetite is out of this world. Both of my Womas, their appetites are out of this world, but look how big she is getting. She is absolutely huge, and I mean, she's been keeping her colors like rather well throughout her adult stages of life. I mean, normally you'll see them and they're like dulling out and they'll kind of brown out. I honestly think she's been growing like a nice hazelnut color, and it hasn't been fading or anything like that. It just kind of seems like she's glowing, and I absolutely love that about her. She is an incredible snake, and like I said, such a curious snake too, such a sweetheart. I just take her out and I'll let people hold her or handle her. She's such a sweetheart. But her sister, not really her sister, but her friend counterpart, the other female, she's a little bit feisty, but we're working on her. And I think that's just another thing with hunger. I think she's just like another bottomless pit, and I've been upping her meal sizes because she's growing like a weed too. So I think it was definitely time for me to up her meal size, and I think she's been mellowing out since then. And I'm gonna do another video in the coming weeks going on about handling snakes that are a little bit more cantankerous or aggressive or defensive in nature, that you're thinking like, oh my gosh, I can't handle this thing, or it's stressing me out, it's striking at me, what have you. I want to kind of go over that with you guys, because there's a whole bunch of different things that can go along with that can help you guys, and that's all I want to do, is I want to help you guys out and make things as enjoyable as reptiles are for me in handling for you guys. So I want to make sure that we're both having an enjoyable experience with our reptiles. regardless of what they are and how they're acting towards you. So yeah, kind of going off track there a little bit, but I kind of think that kind of segues into my next thing is I want to prioritize getting more informational videos out to you guys. At least for the first half of the year, I'm trying to get a whole bunch of solo videos out for you guys, doing different topics and going over different information. So I also want your guys' help too and your guys' feedback on what you guys want to see, because that would mean the world to me. And whether it's a topic on Put to Scale that we do, or if it's a topic that I do on one of these videos, that would be great to me, because I'm probably assuming that for the first half of the year or so, I'm probably not going to be doing a lot of collaborations of any sort because of the world we're in right now. But as time goes on, I'm hoping that we can get into more collaborations and do a whole bunch of different fun things, because I know you guys, just like me, like to see other people's collections and how people do things. So I think it's just something really fun to do. So in the coming months, hopefully we can do that. But for right now, I want to know a few different solo ideas that we can go over for you guys to enjoy. And all these kind of prioritizing projects kind of go hand in hand. So the next thing that I have to do is I need to clean out this closet behind me and kind of get to work on it. And I need to do that rather soon, because in the coming months, like I said, I'm going to have clutches filling up this incubator, and I'm running low on space as I'm doing counts and kind of theoretically putting numbers into my head and seeing how much space I necessarily have, and I don't have enough room, so I need to build another rack. And this closet over here is going to be perfect for that, for a grow out and hatchling rack for these ball pythons that I'm about to have. So I need to get a lot of stuff out of here. A lot of it's going to be for upcoming projects, like for the 90 gallon. A lot of it can be projects for like the tortoise, or stuff that I can put up here, supplies that I can put over here, what have you. I need to get things organized and get things all set up, because we need to build another rack. So in the coming months down the line, I'm going to show you guys how I build that rack, so don't worry, we're going to go over that in depth. I like to go in depth for you guys, so you guys can kind of follow along if you want to. And I like building my own things too. I like to make them customizable for my needs, so that's why I'm not going to buy one. It's all benefits for me. I like to get my hands dirty and start getting to work on things, and I like to get my mind busy and creating things, so that's what we're going to do, and it's going to be really exciting. But as far as this reptile room goes, everyone is doing great. We haven't had no issues whatsoever. Still haven't put the door on these cages over here yet. I need to get better hinges for those, so that's going to be something to come. But yeah, look how big she is. I mean, if you compare her, I mean, I can probably show you guys a video of her when I first got her. I mean, she is nowhere near the size that she was before. She has grown tremendously, and I absolutely love this girl to death. She is such a sweetheart. Loves to poop every time I clean her cage, never fails. A lot of them it happens too. As you can see too, this cage in the middle is still empty. Eddie is not up to the size that I want him to be yet. Soon, I'm assuming that he's going to be ready for that, but we just don't have him up to the size that I want him to be right now. And that's totally fine. I'm not in any rush to send him over here or anything like that either. But as you can see right here, I got this tray right here, so we're going to be, I have a lot of plants growing out, and especially in my 29 gallon, but like the paludarium is being overgrown too. And overgrown is kind of an understatement, especially when you see the 29 gallon. Oh my gosh, looks like Jumanji. Honestly, it looks even worse than Jumanji. I mean, it's just like a jungle in there. I mean, I have neglected that tank, not gonna lie, for the longest time in terms of the plants, so they have been twisted all about in there, and I don't even know where to begin. The main root that goes into the ground is going to be like finding a needle in the haystack. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to prune some of the plants that I have in there, and I'm going to pot them in here. So a lot of the trimmings are just going to go in here, and I'm going to grow those out. I'm going to have a grow light over here that's going to be growing these guys out. And I don't know, I just think I'm going to kind of raise these up for upcoming enclosures that I'm going to be making, or just kind of give them off to friends or someone like that, or sell them, what have you. I don't know yet. But I think it would just be something really nice to start off with to ease up production over there and kind of start raising something over here. Try something new. I think it's going to be fun. But this is going to be my next step right here, is starting something right here. This upper shelf right here is kind of just used for like when I'm doing like my cleaning, or like if I'm marking things down in my binder right here. This is all the ball python breedings right here, and they're locking. Anything like that, the breeding scales up there too. I use that shelf primarily for those kind of things. But this bottom shelf has really not been used for anything, so I kind of want to put a use to it. And I think that'd be something really cool to green up this room a little bit, is raising some plants up. letting that grow in here, I think that would be fun. Maybe kind of potting them around here too, I think that would be cool too. So why not? I figured I have the space, I have the room, might as well do it. So that's what we're going to be doing with that. If you honestly looked right behind me like I'm looking right now, you'd see this whole cluttered mess in the closet of all my junk, and I'm just going to clean all that up and organize that so I know what to do with it and clear out a whole bunch of space. So we can basically do, once I have that done, a full 360 view, and everything's going to look clean, orderly, and fun. So we're going to have a whole bunch of cool things going for this room. Alright, so speaking of growing like a weed, this is my banana pied leopard male right here, and if you can see, he is in a deep shed right now. His eyes are completely glazed over. You can see his colors are rather dulled out right now. So he is in a very deep shed right now compared to my last video. If you saw that one, I had him out. But yeah, he is in a completely deep shed. He has been eating rodents like crazy for me. So I mean, he is definitely putting on some weight. Normally, like in their juvenile stage, they will just start kicking off and start eating like crazy. Look at him right there. I mean, just kind of for a size reference, I know I kind of woke him up so he's kind of stressed a little bit, but he has put on some tremendous size. So really cool, really excited to be working with this guy. I'll put him back, and I'll put you guys on my GorillaPod so you guys can kind of see a tour of what's going on over here with the ball pythons. So full disclosure before I open this enclosure, it is a mess inside there, and that's because, and I can tell when I walk in the room after I put them in for breeding, that it's going to smell a little bit. And I know that it's because they're relieving their system and they're kind of scenting the cage just to give off pheromones and everything like that to breed. So same thing is going on right here, but it's too exciting not to share. So as you can see right here, we have, I'll zoom in a little bit closer. It's literally fresh, and yeah, I can smell every ounce of it. But you can kind of see in the corner their tails, if I'm looking at it right, whew, it smells. But you can kind of see in the corner right there, their tails are all locked up. So they are locked up, and they have been breeding now for the past day. Really exciting stuff. Absolutely love these guys. But yeah, it is definitely, obviously, an unpleasant sight to see because of all the waste. And once the guys unlock and everything like that, I take the male out and I obviously clean the cage. So that's what's going on there. That's why that's happening. But something really exciting, as you can see, the black pastel female, she's been getting really big. This is probably the 5th or 6th lock already. So she has been growing like a weed. In terms of her size, she's definitely bulging up. The follicles are definitely growing on her. But we're not going to disturb them too much. You see she's moving around a little bit. Oh, perfect. Right up front. As you can see right here, this is my super pastel lesser male to my lesser female. So a really cool combination right here that we're going to be getting. But yeah, instant lock right there. So that's basically how snake sex is and snake copulation is. It's basically like two tails combining like that. So if you just cross your fingers like that, that's basically what's going on right there. And I'll probably go into a video going over reptile breeding and like ball python breeding in general, just because I know some of you guys are interested in either ball python breeding or breeding your own ball pythons or what have you, and I think it's something fun to do. So definitely something I will do down the line is make a how-to video from start to finish on ball python breeding. So that's a video to be on the lookout for, because I'm definitely interested in doing that for your guys' help too. But yeah, in terms of my males that are going right now, those two are going at it right now, and that's the only two males I have going right now, ironically. I know I have a lot of females too, but the males that I have going I've been pretty particular in using this year. So we're going to see what happens and hope for some really healthy clutches of eggs and see what comes out of those if we do have healthy clutches of eggs. So just really exciting, you know? I mean, being out of it for so long, probably, if I had to guess, I've been out of it for probably about like 4 years now, maybe even 3 to 4 years, I would say. And it's something really exciting coming back into, because I have a whole bunch of different animals to work with now and a whole bunch of different combinations, and everyone is up to the proper size and everything, so we can get a really cool outcome of production on these guys right here. So it's all just really exciting for me. So really excited to take you guys along on this and have some really healthy, fun babies to share with you guys. Look up here, just kind of show him off because he's out right now and about. Not really out and about, but you know what I mean. This is Johnny, the red-tailed green rat snake right here. He is just chilling and doing his thing. Honestly, he is one that he has definitely kind of mellowed out since coming over here, being able to take out a little bit more, but definitely still something that will take a whack at me if he had the chance. I think that just kind of goes with the demeanor of the species, plus he is wild caught, so he is definitely a lot more defensive than most. but I love them to death. I think that's just a characteristic of rat snakes, is their defensive behavior at times. But yeah, these guys right here definitely can be a little bit defensive, but I love these guys. I think they're great. So that was kind of like an all-over tour of the reptile room, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm sorry that it was kind of all over the place. That's kind of how my mind feels right now, because we have a lot of different projects that we are working on right now, and I'm really excited to take you on those. So though I'm filming this video, I'm honestly thinking about doing like the vivarium paludarium video right now, because that is all the information I want to tell you guys about, is what my upcoming plans are between those tanks and the 90-gallon that I have sitting over there that's been empty for a very long time. I just want to take you guys along all of that, so make sure you stay tuned for that video. That's going to be coming out probably this coming month, probably in the next video or so definitely stay tuned for that. If you guys have any questions or suggestions, any feedback or anything like that, like I said, I would love to hear some suggestions for video topics or podcast topics. I would love to hear those as well too, or podcast guests. If you want to let me know some of those as well too that you would love to see. With the power of Zoom, I can basically probably get anyone. So if I just reach out to them, hopefully we can get someone on. But yeah, I do appreciate your guys' support, and I do appreciate your guys' feedback, so it means the world to me. And also too, while you're down there, update me on your collection of reptiles. I would love to hear that as well too. That's always something really cool for me to hear and see too. I'm always browsing YouTube and checking out other people's reptile rooms, so it's something really cool for me, just seeing everyone else's care and collection. So that's something I would love to hear as well too, is your updates on your reptiles. But thank you guys so much again for watching today's video. If you could do me a couple favors, if you could like the video and subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate it, as well as hit that notification bell so you know when I upload. Make sure to check me out on my social media. I've been posting some really cool things down there as well too. And again, thank you guys again for watching, and until next time, I will see you guys soon.